welcome back to my channel. I just want to share this with you. I have a Black Max air compressor. It's a single stage pump, and as you can hear, air is leaking out. You can hear the air coming out pretty good, coming out from right here. Hear the difference? Well, that's because my check valve has failed. So I have a check valve coming in, and I'm going to go ahead and replace it. And I'll show you where it's at on this one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 1/2" wrench, and I'm going to take this loose. I'm going to follow this line up to the other end, and it's behind this nut here. And it's back here. I'm going to take that one loose as well. I'm going to remove this line. It probably isn't very tight. Just take and break it loose. Go back up here, break this one loose. It's behind this big nut up here. Break it loose. These don't have to be very tight. Now the reason I'm removing this line is because I got to go straight down where this line's at, and that's where my valve is, down inside there. So I'll show you as we get further into it. Now I'm going to go ahead and break this 5/8 nut from this line on top. If you go down here at the bottom of this line, there's another 5/8 nut there, and I'm going to remove that. Should be able to get it by hand once you get it broke loose. Once you get this one broke loose, you should be able to get it by hand. Yeah, that one will come right loose. Now that I got it off there, I'll pop this one out up here. Just pull this out. Now I've got a straight shot right down on top of here, because right down in here, let me show you. Right down inside there, that's the valve right there. And I've got to get down in there with a socket and a ratchet. I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to use a 22mm socket to get that valve out of there. Just drop it down right on top of it. Wiggle it into place. Back it out. And see what I mean? I have no lines in my way. If those lines would have still been here, I would have had a hard time getting this extension in there. This is a check valve that I purchased. I want to show you the difference in these two. See how this one here, the holes are blocked all the way around? Because air comes in, it pushes this thing down and lets air in. Once it starts pumping, there's a little hole right here. The air pushes that back up to block these holes. Or this one here, this is over 20 years old, so it's wore out. You can see that it's not going back up. Even when the air tries to push through this hole, it's not pushing that plunger back up to block the air. Drop it back down in here. There's the hole right there. I'm going to get it started, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten that down with this 22mm. Okay, it's snugged down pretty good. Now what I'll do is install this pipe. Right now, let's see if this is going to work. I'm going to put it in the bottom. Okay, I got it started. So I'll go ahead and tighten that down with a 5/8 wrench. Okay, I got this good and stuck down. It's not going nowhere. I'll take our next piece of plumbing, and I'm going to route it from here to back behind here where it was. And I'll use a 1/2" wrench. I'll go ahead and tighten those up. There we go. Now you don't have to muscle these down because these are compression fit. So everything's on there good and tight. Now I'll turn the power back on, and I'll flip it on. Okay, now as you can hear, it was leaking from right here. There's no more leak. And I got it at 110 pounds. Hope this helps you with your issue if you have one like this. Like, comment, subscribe, share with friends. Thanks for watching.